What's up, everybody? I'm gearing up, man, for the new patch. Quite honestly, you look at the one of the main things on the PTR. You know, I've just become so bored with almost everything. But you know, right now with the idea of puzzle rings, you know, with what they're saying about puzzle rings, I already started to do this, and then I read the patch notes. Funny enough, because I heard about the puzzle rings for 2.6.4, rather 2.6.5. You know, stock up on puzzle rings because they're going to take you somewhere different. They're going to have some kind of different effect this season, this upcoming season. So I am really excited for that. So, you know, one of the biggest things that's going to help me this season, I mean, it's going to help all of us, obviously, is the stash tabs. I'll be quite honest with you guys. I haven't played a ton of seasons even since they launched. I can remember talking about Diablo years ago. I remember a guy called Sibco who had a state of the Diablo 3 show, and I remember them speculating on a ladder system and seasons and all kinds of things. And I remember going on there once and we were talking about it, and you know, I was excited for it. And I do play seasons here or there, but for the most part I really haven't. So I really haven't gotten many extra stash tabs for that. As you can see, I'm not fully loaded at all with stash tabs. So to be given that, I'm really happy about. I'm someone who's I've been more invested in my main character than anything else, as somebody who really wasn't able to play a whole lot. I played a ton the first year and a half this game was out. And then over the course of the next, whatever, it's been 6 years now or whatever, you know, basically I end up coming back hardcore for a couple of weeks, and then I kind of disappear for 3 months, and then I come back again. But in the last year or 2 years, I kind of casually play every week. So I've never left Diablo, played a lot of hours, but these are the only amounts of puzzle rings I have right here. We got 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 10. I got 10 puzzle rings right now. And you know, based on what's going on, I think right now, you know, farming puzzle rings and just kind of getting some Paragon is the way to go. At this time, and I'm not really doing anything crazy. I'm just doing like 75s just to blow through rifts, you know, as quickly as possible. But I just wanted to say that I'm going to be coming out with another Diablo podcast again, talking about the past of Diablo 3 and what's going on here. I think it'd be really nice to dive back into like the whole complete story of, you know, how this game has evolved and how we've all evolved with it over time. To the people out there that are still playing this game since the day it launched, like myself, you know, and by that I mean I have never stepped away from this game for more than 3 months. You know, within 3 months I've come back to this game. Okay, maybe there was one time where I missed for about 5 or 6 months, but I mean most of the time I've come back and I've been involved weekly or monthly. You know, I've just never really stepped away fully from this game. I always picked it up at some point to play a little bit. So for the people like that, like me, I still remember 2012, the day I bought this game. I believe it was May, and I was just so excited, pumped up, man, after everything we loved about Diablo 2. I played original Diablo. I played original Diablo kind of like casually, like I liked it, but it was casual play for me. Never fully got into it enough. Probably, you know, it probably didn't play it as much as some other people did because I was doing so many other things. But I did get into it enough that when Diablo 2 came out, I was actually excited for Diablo 2. And then you know, obviously Diablo 2 just took my life away for a while. And it's funny because I remember I used to always bounce between Diablo 2 and Halo 2. By the time or regular Halo, the first Halo I think it was, I don't know. I just played Halo and Diablo 2 all the time. And now it's funny because I find myself playing Diablo 3 and PUBG. I don't know, I'm a weird gamer that, like, when I play games and get into games, I just kind of stick with 1 or 2 or 3. I don't keep checking out everything that's coming out. I think in the future I'll be doing that a little bit more because of, you know, what I do. And for the people that don't know who I am and that maybe find this video, probably not many of you with the way YouTube is now. You know, I've been on YouTube since 2007. And, been on YouTube since 2007, but I've deleted all those channels since, and I started a channel in 2012 that was based on sports and stuff like that, and that channel took off. So you know, not took off okay. It's got about 62,000 subs. And this is sort of my side channel, my gaming channel, and I've got a few other ones too as well. So I just haven't focused that much on these channels, but I really want to focus on them now. So a lot of the people that watch this video will probably be people from my other channels, but you know, I'm trying to kind of build a new audience of for the gaming stuff over here. So hopefully that'll happen. But yeah, just basically right now, just looking to get puzzle rings and to stock up on the bovine and things like that. Because it does say to stock up, I believe it says to stock up on the bovine. That was one thing I was reading other patch notes for a while, and I totally skipped over that part. I just thought it was only the puzzle ring, but it still says the bovine. So I don't know if it, you know, obviously it says utterly ridiculous. You know, I don't know if that means, you know, like we said, cow udders or cow levels or a new cow level that we don't even know about. You know, maybe somebody's been being goofy over there. How cool would it be? How insanely cool would it be if we got like a cow level that was like crazy, like, you know, where crazy stuff could happen? I mean, unfortunately, it's probably just the basic cow level that we all know about, that we've all been to. But it would be awesome to me if it was a new cow level of some kind, which is crazy if it is, because that's new content. So that's pretty crazy for a game at this 2019 Diablo 3. And to get that sort of, to get something like that would be cool to me. And maybe to get like a 30% chance or a 20% chance or something like that for one of the cows on the level to drop a primal or to drop a, you know, drop like some kind of like mega drop or something where they drop like 100 Death's Breath and, you know, some Forgotten Soul, you know, just something kind of weird that we wouldn't expect or haven't seen that's just kind of like a loot thing. It could make farming puzzle rings fun, farming that stuff fun. It also could help a lot of us who have been saving puzzle rings and stuff be able to unload a lot of them during this season. But, you know, I would really enjoy something like that. And I know that sometimes I go overboard, you know what I mean? I want things a little too good. You know, some people just would say, well, just, you know, maybe like, you know, 20 Death's Breath and stuff like that from like an elite or like a secret character or a rare boss that could have spawned on the cow level with the puzzle ring. But I don't know. Those are things that could make things exciting for me. Another thing that could make it exciting is if you use the puzzle ring and let's say there was a 10% to 5 to 10% chance. If you use a puzzle ring during the season, it takes you to this special level, that there's a possibility for like a boss to spawn, and if that boss spawns and you kill the boss, you all of a sudden get a like 5%, 5 or 10% increased chance to find primals for, you know, 2 hours or something. Like, that type of stuff to me is exciting. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but the idea of, you know, found a puzzle ring, cash in the puzzle ring, hey, there's a 10% chance that this boss spawns, and if he does, and I kill him, well, I get a, you know, 10 to 15% increase in chance of primals for an hour or 2 hours, or, you know, for the next 5 greater rifts. You know, things like that. You know, just little stupid things like that added on top of everything, like, can really make the game more exciting to me. One thing that made the game really exciting for a while was there was a little goblin run a little while back, about a year and a half ago. I forget exactly what it was. It might have been 2 years ago now. But I remember my wife loved it, and I loved it. You would just go right to this you would portal right to this area, and I forget where it was now. Some of you guys might remember. It had just started getting traction when they nerfed it or whatever. And you would just beam right there, and then if you know, you would either see a goblin or you wouldn't. And there would always be, sometimes I think there'd be 2 goblins, if I remember. And we would just do it. We would do that run for about 3 weeks. We were loving it. Me and my wife, we were doing it all the time. Like when we got bored of doing other things on this game, you know, we'd be like, all right, let's do goblin runs or whatever. And we'd just go back to that. And it was great. But then people made videos about it like dummies, and Blizzard nerfed it, and that kind of stunk because that killed the game for my wife, believe it or not. I know there's people out there that are like, man, that killed the game for you? Like, well, you got problems. But it did. It killed the game for my wife. She stopped playing Diablo and doesn't play it anymore and hates it because of that, because that was an extra thing to do. So my point is there needs to be like a few more things to do, or they need to figure out a way to easily add a few more things to do in this game that could help with progression, but excitement too, and give us something to do that isn't what we already have to do. You know, obviously I think that bounties have become like just super annoying and stale. Like you have to do bounties to get, and you know, I see people with hundreds and hundreds of, you know, the bounties and the mats and stuff like that, and I just don't even do it anymore, to be honest. I've found all my gear by just clearing rifts. Honestly, I don't think I've ever, there might have been one item ever that I found from, you know, re-rolling legendaries and stuff like that. I really haven't, that hasn't happened much for me. You know, everything I've found has been from a Greater Rift. You know, we're talking about, I found this Yang's Recurve, Greater Rift. You know, all these, everything I have, this is all basically, and I'm in my speed build right now, so this isn't ideal Demon Hunter build, but it's just the one that I use that I find to be the fastest build that I have right now. Hey, speaking of goblins, look at that. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about as far as this goes, as far as what I think, as far as what a lot of you guys think, and I would love to talk about it. So I'm just giving everybody the heads up, you know, that I'm bringing back a podcast, bringing back the streams, and I really want to, I know it's a weird time to do that. I know a lot of people are probably saying like, man, I'm a Diablo streamer, I should probably pick something else now and get out of this. But I don't care. I love this game. I just like talking about it no matter what. I don't care if there's 8 people still playing this game. But I think a lot of you guys who are the people that have been here since this game started can relate to what I'm saying. And then I'm sure there's some people out there that just jumped on this game that are like excited, but they look around and they see that there's barely a community anymore. So then they're, and you know, with all the negativity with Diablo Immortal and everything, it's just become like, oh man. You know, I would have been in favor of, I honestly would have been in favor of a game where you could play it on your mobile device, or you could play it on your PC and it carries over. I don't know how people feel about that, but sometimes at night I'm laying in my couch and I can't sleep and I'm like, oh, you know, I want to play something, and I'll put Hearthstone on and I'll be like, cool, I can play Hearthstone on my phone. But I don't last long playing on tablets and phones. I don't like it, you know. I want to play on a PC. So I would like the option of both, you know. But, I mean, I think Diablo obviously is just made to be played on a PC. It's not, you know, if you call it Diablo and you make a game out of it, you know, that's just going to be a joke. You might as well call it, you know, Hack-and-Slash 7 or something like that, and it would probably do just as well, because most Diablo people aren't going to play it anyway, really. So you might as well just call it Hack-and-Slash 7, make your money on that, and then use the Hack-and-Slash video game on your mobile device to advertise that you have a PC game called Diablo that's even cooler, and you should try our PC game, you know, and then you are cross-pollinating, I guess. I don't know. But that's just me in my own little stubborn world of what, you know, this is, not wanting to, you know, really bring the stuff we love into mobile. It's kind of like the new Star Trek, you know, Star Trek Discovery. I watch that show and I think to myself, it's a pretty good space show, you know. I kind of like it. You know, if they'd called it like Space Trek or like Space Adventure or whatever, you know, you would have been like, oh, it's pretty cool, I'll watch this. You know, but because it's called Star Trek, you're like, this just isn't it though, and it's driving me nuts. So it's really kind of like alienates the old fan base. And you know, I don't think that's needed, but that's my point. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Yeah, stock up on your puzzle rings, because here we go. Get ready for the ride of whatever this is going to be. It could be completely underwhelming. It could be, you know, it really could be completely underwhelming. We could be like, wow, that was just probably just a cow level with some little funny things, and that's all. You know, that witching hour might be, no, I don't know if it's better than the one I have. But that's it, guys. We'll see you guys later. hope you guys subscribe down below and leave me some comments and feedback and stuff. Let me know what you want to see more of. I'd love to talk about a whole lot of stuff as far as Diablo and some other things go. And for all my old school listeners from the Joe Cronin Show channel, I will see you guys on the Corrupted podcast tonight, if you actually listen to this whole thing. Bye.